Hi, this is Steve from Hazy Shade. I'm going to go through my bag today as an in the bag. I'm a beginner level, intermediate level player. Playing AM this year in the BYOP. Start out with a couple of mid-ranges. Buzzes. Buzz Z, still love it, one of my favorites. Has a little turn to it now that it's a little older, so I use it for a little bit of turnover. Buzzz OS. This one specifically is no longer OS, it is more like a brand new Z. But for that, it's a straight shot, mid-range that I love. Buzzz OS ZFLX Plex. This one specifically is still overstable from the day that I bought it, so I really like them. If you are looking for a mid-range that has a lot of stability to it, this is a very good one. TeeBirds, my favorite disc in my bag. Forehand, backhand, whichever it is, dual purpose. I like them a little lighter if I happen to forehand them. So this is a 168 White Star TeeBird. A couple aces at Kettering with it. This one's fairly new to me, but it's a Star TeeBird as well. It's max weight. It's a boom disc, but it's a really good straight flyer. Good stability on it. Doesn't have much turn to it, so I know what it's going to do. Last TeeBird I carry is a KC Pro TeeBird. It's a little older, but has a lot of stability to it left in it. I specifically like this disc for most utilities, straightforward, 250 to 280. Best disc in my bag. Valkyries. These were my initial drivers. Probably one of the best discs I've ever thrown, other than a TeeBird, when it comes to reliability. The longer you have Valkyries, the more that they like to turn on their finish. So they start out as a 2-2 disc, and then they end up being more like a -3-1 finish. So for that, hyzer flip discs, they're great for, a little older, a little more beat up. If you still wanted the same results of the 2-2 finish, new is the way to go. So if you can find a Jolly launcher, that's the way to get them. Roadrunners, I just recently tried to start learning how to throw a roller, so I'm not good at it, but I'm trying hard. Star 172 Roadrunner, beat in, couple years old. I really like this one specifically. I even throw this for a couple of understable drives as well. It's a good disc. This one's brand new to me. It's a Roadrunner and EcoStar. I like this disc, but I don't have a lot of experience with it. I'm just hoping that it can break into what that one is already. Leopards. Leopards. Once again, it's a turnover disc. I carry a 172 Leopard 3. A little more stable of the finish. This run specifically seems to be the one that people really like just for that. That they're not necessarily an understable disc, but they carry a line really well. A 167 first run Leopard 3. This one likes to turn quite a bit. I like it for forehands. I do touch forehands with it in around the 230 to 250 range. Really reliable for what it is. CE Leopard. I just recently got an ace with it on hole 11, so it's pretty, it's old, and it's reliable. It doesn't necessarily fly like one of the Leopard 3s will, where they will turn over, but it has a good stable finish, but it's not going to be the same as like a TeeBird would be, where when they finish they will skip and jump 20 feet. This one just seems to come down to a glide and stop for me, so I really like this one as well. Firebirds. I recently lost my favorite Firebird, so I had to replace it with another really expensive one, so hopefully I don't lose this one. It's a Champion Edition Firebird. Flat as you can get them, which is the way I like them. Basically for hyzer shots, big hyzer shots. Some forehand rollers when I need to. I just consistently know that it's going to have a really reliable, stable finish, so I like to stick to these. Same can be said with this one. This is a current run flat top Firebird. As close to that as I could possibly get. So in situations where I don't want to throw that because I may lose it, I'll throw something like this. I can thank Zach Gabe for this one specifically. Sexton Glow Firebird. These are new to me specifically. It seems to turn a little bit, which isn't what I ideally think a Firebird should do. But as for consistency and distance for something that is pretty stable, I really like this disc, and I'm becoming more aware of its own flight pattern because it is different than any other Firebird that I've thrown, but I really, really like it. Distance drivers, I only carry a couple because I don't necessarily throw a lot of distance drives. I like to stay consistent with what I do versus try to maximize my distance without less accuracy. So I carry a couple of Wraiths. This one's a little older. It's a bubble top Blizzard Wraith. I love to forehand this thing. Because I don't take steps with my forehands, I like something that has a little turn to it so that I can get behind it without using a lot of motion to do it. So Blizzard Wraith, they're great. The lighter you can get them, the more they turn. 175 Champion Wraith. This has been beat into submission. It has cracks in the plate. It's old. I bought it off the used rack here at Hazy Shade. It's probably the best distance driver I actually have in my bag at the moment. This thing has been beat into submission so far that it just turns into a straight disc and finishes slowly without any kind of fade. So it's pretty much click and point. It's a good one. Colossus. These are stable discs that elevate on their tail life for me. I don't think I have a consistent 14-speed arm, but what I do think is that it does definitely add distance to my game. So I really like these for uphill shots. A lot of bigger arm players like to say that they turn quite a bit, but for an average arm, they seem to be very straight and reliable. So I carry two of them. I have a first run G-Star, which I really liked it when I got it. The first time I ever threw it, I really liked it. I was concerned about the stability and life in it, so when I found out that they had luster Colossuses, I definitely wanted to pick one up. So if they do become a production run, these are really, really nice. One more mid-range. It's a MD3 metal flake tester that we're running in the store right now. I like it. It likes to turn a little bit, so as a guy that loves to throw buzzes, I compare it to like a really beat up Buzz Z, but for that, I like it because it will simply turn and I don't have to put a lot of force behind it to make it happen. My putters. Fairly simple. I go with Colts and studs. They have a very, very similar feeling to both styles. For me, I will throw these as an approach disc as well, the Colts specifically. They seem to carry almost like a rock or possibly a buzz, but I think that I throw buzzes quite a bit further, so I like these for approach shots. Maybe 70 to 80 feet seems really comfortable for these for me. But when it comes to putting inside the circle, I like something that has a little more stability to it. So I like studs. It's a newer released prototype or Protostar disc. For me, it's a simple design that is very comparable to a Colt, so it doesn't feel any different in my hand to produce a little more of a stable finish for my putting. I really like them inside the circle. Air horns, should have one. Snacks, I do Cheez-Its, white cheddar. Scorecards, pencils, you should have them on you at all times, especially if you're a tournament player. You're kind of required to have them with you, so you should. Sharpie marker, if you plan on hitting an ace, you should probably put one in your bag, just because there's nothing worse than not having one with you as soon as you hit it. So make sure you carry one. Birdie bags, actually I carry two. This is one of the Innova pellet bags. These are more, they're not going to be like a gritty feel. It's more to just dry off your hands. They're actually really, really nice. So I try to keep one in my bag that's dry. How much have I used it? Not enough. But fortunately, we haven't had too much bad weather other than the last couple of days. This would be my other chalk bag. It's fairly simple. It's a chalk bag. It's full of chalk. Innova towel. This is a great face towel, putter towel, utility towel. I generally carry one of the Discraft Buzz towels. I feel that that is currently the best towel for your disc specifically because it cleans mud so well. When it comes to having dirty discs, there's nothing better than that towel specifically. Two other things that are super important are, if you like to play places with nettles, you should probably carry an extra pair of pants with you. Reason being is because if you're a guy that likes to wear shorts, it really hurts when you walk through a patch of nettles. So you might want to think about having an extra pair of like parachute pants in the back of your bag somewhere. Same thing, rain. I carry a rain jacket in the back of my bag as well, just because you never know. If anybody played Red, White, Boom this weekend, I'm sure they wish they had one. Bag tags. I have a couple here from the last couple of years running. Discraft Ace Race, DDGA tag, a Biop tag, a DDGA tag from a couple of years ago, last year, and then a new DGA Reddit bag tag. These things are great. It's a newer design. Last year when they ran tags, they weren't necessarily matched up the same way, whereas now you can use a scannable barcode and play anybody at any given time, any city that you're in. We're linked to them, where it'll actually show you the shop locations and give you a phone number to reach us as well. So with that, I really like that idea. It's going to be a universal bag tag that carries over for numerous years. So you're going to get the longevity of the tag life. If you start with 2,932, one day you can work your way up to 900 and something, which I plan on taking from somebody locally. Other than that, I'd say that's what's in my bag. Carry water because it's super important. And if you lose a disc in a tree, don't throw another disc in the tree. Use a bottle of water that's half drinking. Art by Colton. This bag specifically is an Innova bag, the new backpack design that they have. It initially was black, and I had him do some basic work on it it came out amazing. Colton Tant, can't say enough for the guy. We carry a lot of his art in the store specifically, and I asked him if he had any time to do a disc golf bag. So this is what he came up with. It looks amazing. Horns tooth on the back, has some planetary stuff on the sides. It's really unique. If you like unique stuff, maybe you should get in contact with Colton. Last thing I have will be my stool. Don't leave them on the course. I have a tendency to do that. But other than that, you will definitely want one of these if you play hurry up and wait golf. So if you play any kind of tournaments, it's really important to take a lot of the load off of yourself. So having a stool, possibly one of the Zuka carts that are available now, those things are all actually have effect to your game in the long run. So if it comes to a place to sit, you probably want to have one. And other than that, thank you very much, guys. Have a good 4th, and that's it.